Hey guys, it's Thinning Haley. I wanted to do a video today about things that I packed that I didn't need. If you watched my packing video, I talked about unpacking on camera and showing you I did use this or whatever. But I unpacked kind of in a rush. I needed antibiotics and things out of my suitcase, and me and my mom just kind of threw everything together, so some of my stuff was in her bag and whatever. So I've already unpacked, obviously, because it's like day 10. So I'm just going to I went through the video and wrote down things I didn't use. So I'm just going to go over it like that. And I'm also going to talk about my wound care, what I'm doing, and what's worked for me, and just inform. Okay, so I've got it right above the camera if you see me looking up. So the first thing that I packed that I didn't use were my contacts. I wear contacts every single day. I rarely wear my glasses. It's literally for like if I get up, go right back to bed. I have to take them out every night. I can't sleep in them. So it was just easier the whole trip to just use my glasses. Everybody could be different, but for me, lazy factor, easy factor, I just use my glasses. And as you can see, I've been doing that since I got home, so whatever. I don't know, I'm starting to think I may like the glasses look for now, but I don't like the obvious glasses turn-offs, the fogginess and all that, and contacts are so easy, but I like being able to just rip them off and go to sleep, not have to like take my contacts out. I'm sorry about this. Okay, so anyway, the next thing was the slippers that I bought. I ended up just using the socks, and my friend didn't bring in a pair, so I gave her a pair, so I was glad I brought 5 pair. And I did end up using, I think, all but 1 pair. So yeah, the slippers I didn't use, I just used the socks. A couple things that I want to point out that I didn't use in Mexico, but I've used since I've got home, if that makes a difference. The Benadryl I didn't use on the plane. I didn't use while I was there, but I have used it since I got home once or twice because just getting used to the time change back. Even though it's 2 hours, it makes a difference, I think. And just, going back to sleep. I read on the documents that a letter me sent you that it's normal to have trouble like sleeping, and it's not that I've had trouble, it's just that I stay up late watching movies and stuff. So anyway, another thing was the Neosporin. I did not use it while I was there. I'll touch on that in my video, in the end of the video about the wound care, but I did use it when I got home. I have a couple of, I'm not going to show you because it'd be hard, and I don't know if people are queasy, but it's like a scab. It's like I scratched myself or something while I was doing bandage changes, or had a reaction to the gauze. I'm not sure, but it left like scabbed cuts. So the Neosporin has been great since I've been home for that. So I packed it, but didn't use it, but ended up needing it for something else. The gauze. They have gauze there the whole time, so I didn't use any of the gauze there. The nurses had it, and even the nurse at the hotel had it. But I have used it since I've gotten home, and I'll touch on that in the wound care. The books, magazines, the cards, I had intended on using that if I say I got there at 6 a.m., got everything, 7 a.m. comes, and I don't have, I'm 6th that day, and I have to go in at 8 p.m. That's what I was going to use that for, but I ended up being second. So by the time I got my IV, my socks, everything, I was sitting there about 10 minutes, and it was time for me to go. So although I didn't use that, I would still recommend bringing it because you never know if your phone's going to work, and I love playing cards, and coloring and all that. The candy, I did not use it, but one of my friends really was like upset she forgot to bring it, and she loved it. So I didn't use it, and the same thing with the earplugs. I didn't use them, but she did. So I don't regret bringing them. They didn't take up a lot of room in the suitcase or anything. The other thing was the Yeti. I didn't have much broth while I was there, or tea, so the Yeti I never used it, the little 10-ounce Yeti. I've used it since I've gotten home, again, but not there. Anything else in that video that I didn't talk about, I used, and I'm glad I brought it. But one thing I wanted to say I was really glad I brought was, TMI, everyone, I brought tampons, and I was on my period the whole time, and I just want to point out that if you say your period is every month on the 20th and it's over by the 28th, whatever, and you're scheduling surgery, schedule it for like the 2nd, because it just makes it harder when you're recovering to have to deal with your period, and I didn't know it was coming. So, I've had 3 in 6 weeks. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, that's one thing I'm super glad that I brought, because, although I could have purchased it there for super cheap, I'm just glad I had it. Anything else in that video I haven't mentioned that I've used, like the heating pad, I used all of that. Let's see, Band-Aids. I'm reading my list. The jacket, the huge jacket that I brought. That was, I used it, but it was such a pain in the ass, honestly, for me and my mom to haul it around the airport and everything. So I wish I would have brought a lighter jacket that I could have wrapped around my waist. That was like a huge winter coat. So my mom said that as soon as we got in the car. Why are you bringing that big jacket? And I was like, I need it, you know, whatever. And one last thing that my mom brought that we didn't use was the toilet paper. The toilet paper in Mexico was not super thin, it was great toilet paper, so she didn't use her Charmin. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my wound care, what I've used and what's worked for me. Okay, so in the shower, I wash the wounds with this, it is an antiseptic, antimicrobial skin cleanser. It's basically hospital grade soap. It's Hibiclens, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it's thin, like almost watery pink. I use it for just general hand washing because it's a really good soap. It's like an antibacterial soap. So I already had it. So basically this is what I've been using on my wounds. It's very like hospital grade soap. So that's what I use in the shower. I just run it over it. Don't like scrub it or anything. Just run it over it and rinse it off. And then I got, this is what in the hotel, when the nurse at the hotel cleans your wound, she uses this. It's in a bigger bottle. It's all in Spanish, so I don't know what it is. It's solution antiseptic. I don't know. She told me it's clear. It's like watery, probably alcohol based, and she just wipes it on and then wipes it off to clean the wound. So I don't know. It's all in Spanish, but it's just a cleanser. It doesn't sting or anything. It says Solutiona and Antiseptica, so I think that means it's like a, you know. So when I get out of the shower, I let them, I'll talk about that in a second. So this is Rifamycin, I think. It's an orange spray. I think it would probably stain. It's very, like, you know, I haven't gotten it on anything, so I don't know. But it's, is that going to be backwards for y'all? I can send pictures of this if you want. I got it at the pharmacy there. You can only get it in Mexico. So it's an orange spray. You can kind of see in the tab. It's a antibacterial, like antibiotic. So I just spray it on there and pat it, and you know, don't wipe it off, just pat it on. And then I use these Band-Aids that I talked about before. I didn't like the gauze, didn't like the tape, didn't like any of that. I love these Band-Aids. I will, like, ready to advertise, okay? Because, let me show you what they look like. They're stupid hard to open. Anyway, they're NextCare. I'll show you the brand. I'm not going to open it. I don't want to waste it. But it's one of those kinds that, like, you have to take the white peel off. And it's like, I've never had a Band-Aid that sticks this well. Like, I think I will forever use this Band-Aid for everything. But they're waterproof. And it says stays, let me see if I can show you. Stays on, keeps out water, dirt, and germs, breathable. So this is not coming up. Like, it is the best freaking Band-Aid, okay? It's waterproof. But these are designed for knee and elbow. I don't know, like, why. I guess since we have, like, fat rolls, and you bend your elbow and stuff, that's why this was such a good Band-Aid. Somebody suggested it, so I got some. I only took 16, and I ended up obviously not having enough, so I had to use tape and gauze on the way home. It sucked. Since I got home, I've used these. Today is day 10, so that means I no longer have to cover, so I haven't been so far. It's been fine. I'm still cleaning them, everything but this from the steps I just showed. One thing I wanted to say is they keep everything out. They're not breathable. Well, they say they're breathable, but you get what I'm saying. They're not breathable, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so when I get out of the shower, I let them air dry for about an hour or so. And Cindy suggested at some point to sleep without them, just so that they're not like hard, you know, they're getting air. And my friend suggested that. She said, you know, I like the Band-Aids you suggested, but I've been alternating gauze and tape because I feel like they're not getting enough air. So instead of doing that, because I hate gauze and tape, I've just been airing them out a little bit. At this point, not using them, obviously. But highly, highly, highly recommend. These are NextCare waterproof knee and elbow. I think they're $2.50 for 8, and I needed 6. I changed the bandages once a day. I needed 6 because I had a gallbladder, but I think everybody else has 5. So you would need, for 10 days, you need 50 Band-Aids, and there's 8. So, I mean, they're kind of expensive for 8, but I would pay $5 for these. These are the Band-Aids, dude, okay? So that's pretty much it. I recommend getting this when you're in Mexico, the antibiotic spray, because it's only available in Mexico. The whatever it's called, the soap, I had this, like I said before, but I got it from Walmart. It was not, it's over the counter, but it wasn't out, so I had to ask for it. And it's very thin, so it doesn't go very far. And I bought a huge refill bottle off Amazon for like $15, and I just use this and refill it. So I probably go through like one of these per week, but I use it in the shower anyway, just because it makes me feel extra clean. So anyway, I got this at Walmart. If you wanted one bigger, you can get it off Amazon. You can get the exact brand, or you can get the off-brand. It's chlorhexidine glutamate solution 4.0%, whatever that means. So the Hib Cleanse or whatever is the brand. You can get any brand. Rite Aid, whatever, Kroger, it doesn't matter. So that's everything. That's what and there's nothing that I would have brought to Mexico that I didn't, besides more gas strips. I was a firm believer in there's no way those things work, because it doesn't make sense. The gas in your stomach is where they elevate your inside so they can get in there. It's not farts. So I was like, that's not going to work. I'm just going to bring a box in case. I don't know if it's like the mintiness or what, but it gave some relief momentarily, and I ran out. So I went on a wild goose chase to find them. Just for anybody, they don't sell them in Mexico. They can't sell them in Mexico. They're only available at the pharmacy they take you to, and at that point, you're already in pain. It's like 3 days post-op. So I would take at least 2 boxes to Mexico, because they're not expensive and you won't regret it. Some people report not needing them or saying they don't work. Everybody's different. I was convinced they wouldn't work, but they did. They gave some relief. So that's pretty much the only thing I wish I would have brought. Everything else I had. The main things I bought in Mexico were like Gatorade and stuff, and I can't bring that in a carry-on. So I'm pretty satisfied with what I brought, other than the few things I said I didn't need or didn't use. Most of them I used once I got home. I just didn't use them there. More gas strips. That's about it. So my wounds are completely healing good. So I recommend what I did. You can do whatever you want. So that's pretty much it, guys. I wanted this to be a 5-minute video, and it's 12. So typical me. Thanks for watching. I may make a video this weekend for like Christmas, but if not, I'll see you Monday at weigh-in. Thanks for watching, guys.